Well, I think we've certainly been wanting to for a while, but to be perfectly honest, as a lot of the team comes off, some of the other help they've been able to get, federally and whatnot, um, we certainly wanted to try now to get the whole team back together. But also, we have this sort of feeling that, if things are getting a little teeny tiny bit better, we can get open and have a little honeymoon in September, and then maybe by October things are getting better. We'll try to put a run together here.
Well, Amos, we started the to-go right after we shut down on the 16th of March, and it seemed to be going quite well. And then we decided to stop doing that because our crew, our staff, our key people were getting nervous about being too close to each other, and they all had grandparents and children, so we stopped. And then that's when we started doing Gold Belly, which is the mail order catalog, which has been well received.
And we start nationally is what that is.
Yes, that's shipping food nationally. And then we started selling wines out of our wine cellar. And then we started our Zoom party, our wine and cheese Zoom party, which has been very successful. And we're in the process right now of using the front of the accounting office as a Le Petit Bleu, which will be our little pickup and takeout area, and it's very cute. I mean, the inside's blue and white stripes, and now the accounting office, our CFO Arlene wasn't happy with losing that space, but we just said, we need this, so please go along with this. And so it's whimsical and fun.
It's kind of moving over there because we had started that up again.
Right. So it's been kind of kicking up a little bit more. So we just want to give it its own little space. And so that's, we've worked on these, 4 new projects. And I'm definitely thinking hopefully the 3 of them will stick. The Zoom, the Gold Belly, and Le Petit Bleu.
Reopening.
I mean, a lot of it's really working. We had really been working on to-go food and little nearby cafe concept for a couple of years before this. So then we just cranked into the to-go food during COVID, and now we're excited to keep it going and build it, as the foot traffic in the Garden District was amazing pre-COVID, and people wanted a more casual way to experience Commanders. So that was great. This national shipping of the food is kind of blowing our mind, how much demand there is for that. And then, believe me, nobody had any idea that this crazy Wednesday night Zoom party would work like it does. We deliver the food to people's houses, but we're getting ready to do that on a more national basis. So who knew?
I think what it did was it pushed us as a necessity to do things like T said we had been talking about. We had been working with the Gold Belly people for a year, just trying to, get the contract worked out and all of that. And so boom, well, we were close to ready to go. And so, so it forced us to do these other ideas that had been circulating in our heads.
Well, we were, like a lot of people, able to do some things in the restaurant that we wanted to do that are very boring to everybody else. But, you'll be thrilled to know that there's a new floor in the dish room and things like that. Anyway, so we did some things that we needed to do. But then, we were doing all these business in the meantime, but we're just ready to get open again. And it's so exciting. The only bad part is that because of, social distancing and capacity in the restaurant, because of that, we can't bring back the whole team. But other than that, this is kind of what we know how to do. But we're going to have some rust on the wheels. So we're looking forward to getting that off quick.
Yeah, to add to what T said, that was really tough, not being able to bring all of our servers back, because it's like trying to pick, if somebody told you to pick your favorite child, that's very, very hard. And that was one of those really hard COVID decisions that you have to make. But hopefully,
we'll get there.
When the city will just keep bringing people back when we can,
I mean, it's half, it'll be less than half the number of people we would normally do. We want it to be super safe. And, we're going to do the whole shooting match. We're wearing masks. We're asking the guests to wear masks. We're doing temperature taking of employees and guests. We have bought these, wildly expensive, but very good filters that, kill pretty much everything. I don't know what the hell they do. I mean,
air filters.
It's really exciting. They're very, very effective, we feel, to make everybody safe. And so we're doing as much as we can, and we will just be spread out all over this place. And if people have a crazy idea of some kind of thing they'd like to do, they need to just ask us. This is a moment when we might just do it. Well, we've been doing a lot of this more casual food for, the to-go food, but it'll be slightly smaller, menu. We won't do a tasting menu when we first start. We won't do the chef's table when we first start, but there's lots of fun things. I mean, we haven't done, good old dish like crab meat ravigote. We haven't done really at Commander's a long time. We make them make it for us all the time, Lally and I, but
Yes.
we go serve it to everybody. And then like, it's really fun for me to watch, us continue to do different versions of pecan fish. And this time, it's going to have, the melted leeks and crab fat butter. But believe it or not, a little grilled kale. So, everything gets, a new twist when we do these things. And, Lally, I know you're excited about the Cafe Pierre quail.
Mm-hmm. That I am. It's, Cafe Pierre was invented by our family. Just they were partying one night and they just said, put this in the coffee, put this in the coffee, put this and add the coffee. And so and then they flamed it, and I mean, it was just being crazy. And so the Cafe Pierre is going to be, of course, stuffed with the boudin and cabbage and rustic roots. And then it's going to have a sticky Grand Marnier and cognac sauce. And that comes from the drink, the different liqueurs in the drink. Now, Tia, I'm not sure. I forgot to ask Tori if he's going to coffee crust that quail.
I think it's going to be a lacquer.
A lacquer. Okay. Lacquer. Yeah. Okay. Lacquer. Yeah. Instead of coffee crust. But that sounds exciting. And what sounds exciting to me is also this Line salad we're doing, because I eat lots of salads and I love poached eggs, So it's frisee and greens and poached eggs and some bacon, onions, potato croutons, an herb and champagne Dijon mustard vinaigrette, which is like my favorite. So, that's a little lighter. That's a Eat Fit Nola dish. So we will have our Eat Fit Nola dishes. We'll have our classics like our turtle soup and our bread pudding souffle and our garlic bread, that kind of a thing. But we have some fun things like T was saying, the tamale and the
poached on the lay tamale. I mean, that's fun.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I hope everybody else thinks it's fun too.
Well, yes, but the band, there's laws about that, and they can't come inside. So they will be with us, and they've been with us every Wednesday night. God love them. And if we think we've had a hard time, the poor musicians, So
yeah.
I love them. And we've had a lot of musicians on the show, and we try to, help with that. But they'll be in the courtyard. So when you want to see the band, you just got to cruise on out to the courtyard to see them at the proper distance. But, everything else will be the same. We do have this big, beautiful menu. You can't really do that right now because you got to be able to dispose of it. So there'll be some minor changes. We would normally serve you the garlic bread one person at a time, but we're just going to put it on the table so we're not in your space too much. We are going to adjust to be as safe as we can, but we hope it's going to be the same feeling. Now, nothing will feel the same when you only have half as many tables. You just don't have exactly that same energy. But believe me, the people that I know that are coming Friday night, it'll be just as loud, even though it's half of
them. And we're gonna, try to, always festive. How do you say that? Festive it up. Balloons and the hats and the, all that kind of good stuff. The chocolate plates with happy birthday or happy anniversary. All that stuff we can still do. But the second lines and the music and parading around, that we just have to wait until they say the musicians can do that.
Man, it's been sweet. Lally and I aren't personally into much social media, but my team was reading me a bunch of it and it was heartwarming, just look, we just want to be one of many, places that New Orleans is proud of, that we, want to come back. We just want to be a bright light, one of many, and we want the city to be proud when we all come back, and we want to help our colleagues in town. In fact, this week on the Zoom show, we're going to go to some of our other friends' restaurants. We're going to go over to Nina Compton's place and see how she's doing and check on her. So we want everybody to come back strong, and we're happy to be one of them, that's for sure.
I mean, New Orleans is such a special place, and I'm very concerned that some places won't reopen, and that saddens me very much, because that will change I'm going to say, facade of our beautiful, wonderful New Orleans. And we have to do everything we can to keep everybody open. And so, so that's, yeah, it's, I'm just hoping, that people can hang on.